Hello and welcome. My name is Kay, and I like to tell stories. Mostly, they will be true stories, though I might embellish from time to time, just to make it fun. I've lived in different states where I experienced a variety of different people compared to what I grew up in the Midwest. In 1990, I moved to Florida, the Sunshine State, and it is sunshiny. And it has a little bit of rain every day in the afternoon. It's something about the jet stream. So you can look forward to that. Otherwise, it's sunny. The sunshine doesn't just refer to the weather. It refers to the people down there as well. It was such an eye-opening experience for me when I moved down there because I came from the fast pace of the Midwest to Florida. People down there were really chill, and I wasn't used to that yet. It took some time for me to just relax a little bit. Don't have to go at 100 miles an hour all day long. There's no reason to. The weirdest thing would be when I'd be in public somewhere and somebody would just start talking to me. I would look at them and I would think, do I know them? How can I? I just got here to Florida. I don't know anybody yet. Maybe they mistook me for someone else. That could be. And that's what I thought for a while till I realized, no, people just talk to each other. So I would ride the bus quite a bit from my place to my work, which was a public retail store. I would just get in random conversations with people I didn't even know. After a while, I started to recognize certain people, and they would ride the same bus as me. I would continue on conversations that we had previously, and it was just really nice. Someone asking how your day was. Oh, did you get that one shirt that you wanted? Just little things like that. It took quite a bit for me to get used to that, but then I slowed down. I would see someone, I would talk to them, and then you'd start laughing. And that continued on the entire time that I was living in that state. It was so peaceful there. I remember being struck by how green everything was. Such a different shade of green than what I was used to in the Midwest. Things were leafy. The bugs are huge. The first ones I remembered seeing was outside of my door, underneath the porch light. I would see these little frogs on the wall. Now, how can a frog get up a wall? After I'd been there for a while, I found out they were called tree frogs. And they have suction cups attached to their little feet. And they're really tiny. I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches. The thing is, if you go to pick it up like I had done back in the Midwest, you pick up a frog, you look at it, or a toad, or whatever. Oh, okay. And you put it back down. Not a big deal. But these little guys would just release and fall to the bottom of the porch. I would freak out. So I'm so sorry, Mr. Frog. But they did not like to be handled. It was just a defense mechanism of them. But they had this almost translucent upper dermis. The bugs, though, were huge. They were oversized bugs like nothing I had ever seen in the Midwest. And one bug in particular, I have no idea what they were called. When it got close to you, it sounded like a helicopter. I named it helicopter bugs. I don't know what they were, but they're really cool. Outside, you would see what they call palmetto bugs. Those were actually in the cockroach family, but mostly they resided outside. But yeah, they flew, and they were pretty big, I have to say. And the ants were really bitey. The red ants, they hurt. They were bigger. And everything is so moist there, and it's so much humidity. That was great for insects and little tree frogs and things like that. My favorite animal of all, though, were the alligators that were down there. There was a particular lake that was in the town. Not a very big one, but the town surrounded it. And I used to go down there just for peaceful times to watch the gators in there. I even named a few of them. Why not? There were 3 main ones, and they would just be chill. You just see their eyes poking out, the little snout, and a little bit of their back, and then a tiny bit of the upper tail. And they just floated there looking for something to come in the water so they could eat it. They were laid-back animals, though. They didn't come out and chase you. They're not like the Komodo dragons where, yeah, you got to get up on your car. They'll bite you. The alligators didn't really mess with you if you didn't get too close to the shore. Then the little film that they had covering their eyelids that goes vertically would open up, and now you got their attention. So you should probably stop and back up. That was really neat to just sit there and see the serenity of the water. It was more like a big pond, a small lake. It reminded me of the times when we played with our little Cayman when I was in early grade school. It was very small, only a couple feet long, and half of that was tail. And he was really chill. And the Caymans that come from the Cayman Islands, they don't grow very big. They grow about 5 or 6 feet big. Of course, I didn't know any of this at the time. They're in the crocodilian family, and they're really chill also. They have longer legs, though, than regular alligators or crocodiles. And the reason that their legs are longer is because on the Cayman Islands, they have to travel from a water source to another water source. The tranquility of going to that small lake, which is mostly a pond, as I mentioned before, really helped me out a lot because the first job that I had down there in Florida was for a bigger retail chain that's located in Florida and other states in the South. That job just made the days speed by because it was so busy and you were always having customers to wait on throughout the day. There were no slow times there. And my very last job that I had when I was down there was for private security. Took course there and I became a security guard for the city. I went ahead and got the G license as well since it was offered. There was only one position for that company for someone with the G license, and that one was filled. So I never had to do that, but I was at several city sites, including a small municipal airport that was privately owned. The middle job that I had, which was the greatest job to this day that I've ever had, was for a large multiplex movie theater. That one was awesome. It hardly felt like work at all. We could watch any of the movies that they had playing, except on the opening weekend when it was really busy. They would even give us popcorn for free if we brought our own container. They'd fill it up for you. So besides the popcorn, if you brought your own cup, they would fill it up for you with soda. It was amazing to be able to bring a friend even or a date to a movie and watch it for free. I really, really enjoyed that so much. It's just that the hours got cut over the winter when it slowed down. Otherwise, I probably would just still be working there. That's one of the differences in states is how well they treat their employees. It was nothing to them to do all this for you. Wasn't hurting anything, I guess. The seats weren't taken, so they just extended their famous Southern hospitality to us. And that was Florida for you in a nutshell. I would recommend it to anybody if you're thinking about moving to Florida. Yeah, go ahead. I thank you so much for listening and for watching my Minecraft gameplay. Come back next time and I'll have more stories. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to hear more. Until then, take care.